So in multiple conversations that I've had with MC Squared, Anna, and the host who shall not be named, we have come to agree that becoming is better than being, and that is why we are all a work in progress. It means that you are never complete, and you always have an opportunity to become better.
It allows you the ability to be comfortable while making mistakes, accepting yourself for who you are.
Yes, we are work in progress. What do you do? I'm Anna.
I am MC Squared.
And I am AX. Welcome to this show. Hi guys, how you doing?
Good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, this is
Anna,
interesting.
finally.
Yes.
This is the first time I'm sitting with Anna.
No way.
Jeez.
What?
I have kept a record. Of course, you know
Nice
me.
to
Anna.
have
Are you going to
MC
open the servers?
Squared?
I want to see this record for myself.
I gave you an
have it. We
Oscar.
actually
I
have
gave you an
never
Oscar
started.
last time. Just relax. Just relax.
Okay, so now as you know, we like to begin our show with a little bit of a game to break the ice, hence why it's called an icebreaker. Now, our game today has been created by the lovely, the wonderful, the as yet to be named her. Ladies and gentlemen. Her. And so she's given us these categories in this lovely little box over here. And our job is to open the paper and name things associated with the category. Now, here's the twist, right? Now, for example, if the category is flowers and I say roses, the next person has to say a flower that starts with the letter S, because it's the last letter of the word roses.
Okay.
Right? Are we all of one accord?
Understood.
Can I say flowers in Kiswahili?
Can he say flower? No, we have from our producers. No,
Sad.
no. The game. This
You
will
might
not.
say roses in
Sad.
Swahili,
And
then
while
we're going back.
Yeah. Oh, and also you
No,
can't
you
repeat.
guys don't know Swahili. I do.
How dare
And then
you?
that's-
How dare you presume?
I
Sijui
do.
Kiswahili.
I do.
Macho. Anyway, so MC Squared.
You had it. You had it.
MC Squared. Why don't you begin? Let's say 30 seconds on the clock, starting now.
Fantastic. All right. Ooh. Now, this category is...
I might make it a minute.
What? It's actually very simple. And I'll say Zambia.
The category is Zambia.
No, countries in Africa.
Countries.
I'm assuming.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, countries.
No, it's just countries.
Countries in
So
general.
Zambia.
Sawa.
Zambia.
It's your
Anna,
turn.
you're next.
America.
Okay. Australia. Oh, I see a pattern here.
What are you guys doing?
Go.
Andorra.
Damn it.
Argentina.
Angola. No, we're gonna run out of things.
Who's next?
It's you.
It's me?
Yes, it's you. We have like 10 seconds left.
You said Angola?
Yeah.
I can't.
Austria, 2, 1. You're done. You're out. Come on now. Afghanistan is another one.
Taking us to
guys.
N.
And then we move on to another one. But then we get to Namibia and then
A
we
lot
start
of the
back
A
at the
countries
A's.
end with A's.
Anna?
I'm picking?
Yes.
Wait, I'm not in the game.
No, you're still in the game.
Oh,
No,
still in the game.
You just lost. Though.
Yeah, you just lost. You lost round one. I'm also going to keep a record. MC Squared.
that's my job. Why do you think I'll cheat?
I don't think you'll cheat. I just, it's better to have duplicates, as the IEBC has taught us.
Everything is on the server.
It's gonna be hard.
Okay, what's the category?
What is happening?
I
God.
think I can even set you guys up with a proper one. Oh my god, there's not a lot of colors. Okay, so the category is colors. Am I starting? I'm starting.
Damn it.
Ooh.
There's no
I'm
way
really
you
trying
can
to
do
help you
this.
guys.
I don't think our new
But I
producer likes
can't.
me.
I can't
think our
help
new
you guys.
producer
You
likes
can't. Okay,
I'm
just do it.
gonna
Just
go
do
with
it.
my color. I'm gonna say pink.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. This was a hard one.
Ka-
This is where you see electric red. You start playing with.
I guess we'll go with Killer Blue.
Killer blue, yes. Good, yes. I see that in cars.
Killer Blue is like
Kilo blue is a color.
Killer blue is a color.
anything is a color if you want
Okay,
it to be.
You guys, if you say anything is a color, I'll not argue.
It's the truth. Anything. For
Now
example,
E, and I give you an example.
For example, right here there are multiple shades of white.
There
That
are.
white is not this white. It's not this white. It's not this white.
There's cream.
They all have this
there's
eggshell.
off-white, there's eggshell blue, eggshell white, eggshell brown.
Eggshell brown.
Yes. So I said, what did I say? I said Killer Blue. So E.
So eggshell brown.
So now I'm on
And
eggshell brown. N. No.
Why colors? How do we not know our colors? 5 seconds on the clock.
Nordic blue.
Oh. Emerald. Emerald. No, that counts. I'm going to say it counts. I can say emerald. I can say emerald. No, it counts. Because emerald is a real color.
Because the Nordic colors are very blue and white.
They are. It's a very different blue.
We have a second producer trying to shut this off.
No.
I mean,
no. Even I have to agree with the producer on this one.
Okay, fine. Let's agree to disagree, but Anna gets the point.
She gets a point or she loses?
She gets the point.
Who said Nordic?
Okay, so the category for me is objects in a house, which is everything. So I'm going to say fridge.
Fringe, which means E. Anna is next or myself?
It's you.
E.
By the way, you have a point.
Egg bowl?
What? Did you say egg bowl?
Yeah.
You couldn't say egg. See, egg is an object in a house.
Yeah, which makes egg bowl a thing. Yeah, which makes egg bowl a thing.
Okay, you know what? I completely agree because every single person has that particular bowl that they use for mixing eggs, and that's the only thing that bowl does.
Although I don't have one, but thankfully I knew it.
Okay, so L.
Yes.
Egg bowl, L.
Yeah.
Laundry.
Why? I help you.
Oh, I gave you a hard one. Sorry.
Yo-yo is
It's an object in the house.
I mean, it counts. Yo-yo.
What of a yoga mat? That counts.
I didn't think of yoga.
Good.
Okay, I guess we're done.
Right.
So unfortunately, because I'm looking at time and we have a really important, not important, but it is a fun discussion that we're about to have. So let's move on to the next segment, and that is our discussion segment. Today, we're going to be talking about the old Kanye, the new Kanye, the broke Kanye, the rich Kanye. Today, we are talking about Yeezus himself.
Ye himself.
Kanye West. And a couple of days ago at Paris Fashion Week, the man was doing a show for his Yeezy line, and he showed up with a shirt that said "White Lives Matter." So we're just going to talk about that for a minute. What are your thoughts?
I can't wait for short people to have their own t-shirts.
Okay. Where did that come from?
No, like
Why did you look at me?
Short lives. No.
I was like, short lives matter.
I was looking at you guys.
Us guys. Shortness is relative. It's completely dependent upon where you are.
Camera, you don't know
what's going on behind the scenes.
The camera adds 10 pounds. The camera adds 10 inches. So don't believe everything you see.
What are you guys doing? Protesting. What is happening?
Okay, so what do you guys think about Kanye's White Lives Matter shirt?
Short lives matter.
Sure.
First, do you want me to?
Yes, let me go first. And first, I did not know who Kanye is.
You must be the only one of the few people on the planet.
But I had to find out. So I didn't go to what people say about Kanye. I went to find out who Kanye is by himself. I like the man.
Good.
I like the man.
You like his music?
I was saying I loved him, but you guys would kill me. So
No.
Even
You've got Kanye fans on the panel.
Oh, you guys are Kanye?
I'm a fan of his music, not so much the individual.
Anna?
I love Kanye. I have no issue with him.
She loves, I like you.
My issues with him is just it's all like social media things. The way he's treating Kim Kardashian on the internet, that's not good. It's going to have an impact on his children. The whole MAGA making America great hat thing, that was not ideal. He said slavery was a choice, also not great. Yeah.
Okay, So,
yes, Kanye. Now, I have only one question. And the reason we wear these products or clothes that have text written on them is when we want to make a point, right? When we want to push a narrative, an idea, or whatever thing you want to do when you're wearing a t-shirt.
Or you're signaling it's something that you like. If you're wearing like a Harry Potter shirt, this is what I like.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're promoting a beer company, for example, you wear a t-shirt. And there's only one question I asked myself, because the problem was that Kanye is black and he wore a shirt that says White Lives Matter. It means he looked like he was trashing what the Black Lives Matter movement has done in the many years that it has existed. And then I asked myself one question. Why does the t-shirt matter when we sometimes are not even tackling the real issues? There are real problems that we can actually focus on. But we have made the t-shirt our point of aggression to an extent that even the real issues now are not known.
It's a good point. Very valid point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I feel we can say all we want about what Kanye did, but I think it's the wrong thing to focus on that t-shirt.
Okay. Anna, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so I'm kind of split in two ways. First, let me start with my pros for Kanye. One, okay, if you've known Kanye for as long as he's been doing music, you know a lot of his music, whether it's his direct music or the music he produces for other people, has touched on Black lives and the way they've been disenfranchised. He talks about Black empowerment through his music in a lot. Jesus Walks, one of the very first songs that the world knows about Kanye, touched on the idea of Christianity and the way the idea of evil has been used to sort of like brush off the bad things that happen to Black people. It was one of the very first songs that brought problems that Black people face that Christians have used to justify, it's God's will. So Kanye has been talking about Black problems and has used his platform for a very long time to talk about Black challenges, the ways you can inform them. All Day, which was a song a few years back that came out, and he went to the British Awards or whatever it was, and made, it was after the Trayvon shooting.
Yeah, Trayvon Martin.
The hoodie.
Yeah.
And so he brought a bunch of Black people on
With
stage
hoodies.
in Britain and put them
Which
all
is
in
very
hoodies.
different.
And I was in UK at the time, and I remember white people were shocked. They did not know how to react to a stage full of Black men in Black hoodies throwing fire. It was a statement, and it was a statement based on the shooting of Trayvon.
If I may add, if you also remember, he also did after the Hurricane Katrina. He said on live television, President Bush doesn't care about Black people, and everyone was shocked that he would be able to say something so direct and bold, and actually so directly aimed at the president of the United States. So yeah, you're right. Like Kanye does have a history of this kind of thing.
His music has always spoken to that.
Yeah.
So I think when you see criticism of, maybe Kanye's being a bit of an Uncle Ruckus, I don't necessarily think so, because I think he has used his platform well enough to show, to use it to promote Black awareness, Black empowerment. He has used it. The other day, he recently, after the French thing, the Paris Week, a recent interview with Fox News came out, and they asked him, "What up?
Why'd you do
What's
this?"
happening?" And he explained why he put the White Lives Matter T-shirt. So for those that don't know, Kanye's father was an ex-Black Panther member. So he took the T-shirt to his dad, and he's like, what do you think of this? And the dad found it hysterical. Why? Because it's true. White lives matter more than everyone else's. So that T-shirt, he laughed. He's like, but it's the truth. White lives matter more than anyone else's. So when they decided to run this T-shirt, it wasn't because he was actually trying to say white lives matter more.
Okay.
He was actually trying to show the irony and the satire in this world that we live in, where people are saying, white lives matter too. No. He was showing this is the way the world is. So it wasn't the way we took it to mean, Kanye's supporting white lives over Black lives. He was using it to show the irony in the whole thing. So he's explained that, and so I actually agree, because I'm like, I get it now. Maybe because of his MAGA statements, everyone switched sides. But now that he's openly said, this is why I did it, to show that this is the world we live in, where white lives are the ones that matter. Maybe he could have been a bit more clear. I don't know, but that's what he meant.
You mean like it was sarcastic?
It was sarcastic. It was irony for a bunch of Black people to walk in wearing White Lives Matter, because that's what it meant.
So
because white lives matter more than Black lives.
It was behaving like African mothers, how they tell you, you know, for example, when you drop a glass.
Oh,
then
yeah.
like, okay, break everything.
Break everything and watch yourself even more.
It was that thing. So I think it was a
Your photo on it.
misunderstanding. But then I have some other things to say. But
Yeah, because you do raise an important element to discuss, and that is the intention of the author, the intention of the artist, right? But we also need to remember that, number one, the picture that we all saw, rather the picture that I saw, was a picture of Kanye West with Candace Owens.
Yeah.
And Candace Owens is a Republican pundit who, more than often than not, at least this is my reading of her. Please feel free to like do your own reading and challenge me on this.
Yeah.
It seems like she uses her blackness as a way to cover over the I don't, like, for want of a better word, the crimes, the Republican Party, specifically like its failure to create a big tent that represents every single person in America. It's like right now it's a very white party. So it says a lot that Kanye posed with Candace Owens in a shirt that says White Lives Matter.
Yeah.
That's sending a very different message from what he intended when in that interview, number one. Number two, because all we saw was that image of Kanye wearing that shirt, we don't have the context. That image spread before Kanye could explain why he did what he did.
Yes.
And as a result, the fear is that the message that people will take, separate from his intentions, is that he's being serious about this, that white lives do matter. Like, I'm worried that this is a fantastic branding opportunity for the, white supremacists around the world and European chauvinists around the world to wear a nice, to be honest, it's a nice looking shirt. If it said anything else other than white or all, if it said black, I would have bought that shirt. But now it gives them like really nice branding, because it's like, I have a Yeezy shirt that says White Lives Matter. It's like racism will make it fashion kind of thing, right?
Now, I have a question from you, and for you, and it comes from what she said about Kanye. White Lives Matter was like the title of his book, and we didn't have time to interact with the book itself, and the book probably is now what he came later and said, okay, this is why I said this, right? And my question for you now becomes, now because our internet at this point, no one has a chance to let you explain yourself.
Amen.
Yeah. How do we deal with a person like Kanye, who is an artist, and he doesn't have to all the time come out and say, okay, I'm making this, so you guys understand where I'm coming from before making it?
It's a good question. If I may, I don't have an answer, but I do want to stress that you can't deal with Kanye in the same way that you deal with other people, because Kanye, and this is not to make him look bad, but he does have like mental health issues. So the way you approach him can't be the same way you approach somebody who has a better grasp of their mental health. Because I don't know what state of mind he was in when he designed this shirt, because that definitely influences why he did it, and influences how he's going to react to the feedback that we give him. Because people have tried, like after this is more personal family drama, but like after the shirt came out, he started like subtweeting Kim Kardashian and like basically making her life a living hell. And one of her sisters had to come out to be like, hey Kanye, you're kind of hurting Kimberly, and like this is not okay. Please, like whatever you're going through, we understand you're going through a hard time, but please just leave her alone. This is not only hurting you, it's also hurting your children. And that's been the message he's been getting time and time again, but he's not responding to it.
Let me ask you a question.
So,
before you even continue, the reason I do not agree with what you're saying is because, and you are our psychology expert, is mental health, right, a disease like cancer or diabetes, or is it? So do we judge a diabetes person as a person who cannot make decisions or stuff because he has diabetes?
Okay, I don't know. Okay, diabetes is the best example because that doesn't really necessarily
Use
affect
cancer.
the way you.
what about HIV?
Logic.
HIV, okay.
Because it's all about your motivations,
Okay, what I will
right?
say is, and okay, because I don't want to sit here and start diagnosing Kanye, but what we have heard from reports and from Kim herself saying is that he's bipolar. So you have your depression state and you have your manic state. And when you're in manic, what you realize is you're very extra, you're very hyper, you can get a lot done in a very small amount of time. In fact, a lot of people who are successful did their work when they were manic. But what you also do know is when people are manic, they tend to act very differently from how they are. So let's say you become very hypersexual. You're not necessarily that person, but suddenly you're very extra on certain things. So you may find that something he doesn't believe in, he's going wilding out on. And that's a result of his chemical imbalances, environmental factors. So it does play into the way his brain is like, it's not an easy thing to discuss, and I'm not a psychology expert.
But it isn't. Okay. So finally, I guess to wrap up this discussion, I guess the question I want to ask is like not whether or not you agree with him, because that's a multifaceted conversation, and I don't think we have the time for that. But would you wear that shirt? Oh, I realized, I know this is coming at the very tail end of this discussion, I apologize, but let me fully describe this shirt. So the shirt, it was like oversized, and on the front was a photo of Pope John Paul II with the words, Seguiremos tu ejemplo, which means we will follow your example on the front. And on the back, it says White Lives Matter. Would you wear that shirt out in public?
And I think, go back to my point. The t-shirt is not the issue, so I would wear it.
Okay.
Yes.
Anna?
Straight up no. Let me tell you very quickly why. Do you know what White Lives Matter means? It was started by a neo-Nazi supremacist group. Your co-founder is a woman from the nationalist social movement called Rebecca Barnett. Let me tell you what Becky with the nice hair said real quick. What happens to blacks in this country at the hand of law enforcement is none of our concern. This goes back to the whole police brutality thing, right? Other than to prepare to restore order and rebuild our neighborhoods, taking back our lands one community at a time. When the enemy destroys ... we guard our town and borders and make our home white and great again. The White Lives Matter slogan is not trying to say, okay, white people. No. It's very much
it's very targeted. It's very
targeted. And it takes away from what the Black Lives Matter movement is. It's not trying to say Black Lives Matter. If you have that t-shirt, it's not saying Black Lives Matter more. It's not trying to say White Lives Matter less. What it is, it's saying this is what's happening in a current situation. And for you to come and say White Lives Matter too, you're taking away the problem. You need to understand what the problem is.
Yeah.
Yes, white lives matter. Everyone's lives matter. But Black lives matter because they have been systemically put down.
Yes.
You need to understand what the slogan means.
Yes.
So no, I would not wear a White Lives Matter t-shirt.
For me, that's a very good point. For me, I wouldn't wear it, and not for the reasons you provided, which are very justified, but because of how this shirt will impact victims of police brutality and other like racialized violence. Specifically, like the mother of Ahmaud Arbery, the person, a teenager who was shot in the U.S., had seen the shirt. And her response was that it flies directly in the face of what Kanye himself had said after the brutal incident, because he had supported the entire family. He had provided the money for their legal bills and everything. And so she was just shocked. She was like, "Why would he do this?" And for that, I wouldn't, because I feel like it would do more to harm them than it would to help them. All right. So on that note, we'll take a bit of a break and we'll be back with our closing segment. And we are back. Hi guys. Hi, hello. So as our last segment, we're going to be giving you a bunch of recommendations from things that we have been watching, consuming, or otherwise just enjoying in our lives. Who wants to start? Or should I pick? Should I be?
Start.
Who, me? All right. So actually, the thing I want to recommend to every single one of you, your mother, your grandmother, your ancestors, all of you guys should watch Kid Cudi's Intergalactic. Oh my goodness. It is a visual masterpiece. The soundtrack is orgasmic. Kid Cudi really just put it on Netflix. Apologies.
Something is happening here, guys. We are not responsible for it.
Kid Cudi really just put this masterpiece on Netflix and expected people just to respond normally. No, it is a beautiful, like it's so nice. Okay, to figure out if you like it, let me explain. If you liked Into the Spider-Verse and the way that was animated, you will absolutely love Intergalactic. Just please, do yourself a favor. Don't sleep on this. Watch it, please. I'm begging. Thank you, please. Thank you. Enjoy.
She's convinced me. Let me tell you, Kid Cudi fan. I'm already on it this weekend.
It's such a good movie.
Okay, so I have 2 quick recommendations. One, please, if you haven't already listened to it, Kanye West and Jay-Z's album, Watch the Throne. And to a book, it's called These Yet to Be the United States. It's by Theo Harris and Theo Harris. It talks about the civil rights movement. It brings in very stories that you don't hear in your mainstream media, in your textbooks. Talks about the people that could have helped, and if they helped, would the movement have moved quicker. It's very good. Talks about individuals that have not seen the spotlight. Give it a read.
My recommendation, please go to Fifth Estate Plus.
Yay!
Work in progress.
Pouring a croissant.
And on that note, thank you so much for watching this episode. We will be back with the next work in progress very soon. Bye.